Massive communal violence has broken out in the Mewat region of Haryana, especially in the district of Nuh this morning. This morning, when a Shobha Yatra was being carried out by the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and members of Bajrang Dal, there was massive stone pelting that happened at that very point. And since then, the rioting has been continuing in this entire area of Nuh. In fact, the fires of the rioting has now increased its diameter and has now reached Sohna Road. In fact, the entire highway leading from Gurugram towards Sohna has now been blocked by protesters, in which there have been several cases of rioting and burning of police vehicles. Several police officials have also been injured in this violence that broke out this morning. Now, what was the reason for this violence? This was an anger that was pulsating that was in fact increasing amongst the locals of the Mewat region, especially the Nuh region, over the past 3 to 4 months. Because remember, a few months ago, a story that we covered on News 18 very extensively, that 2 people who belonged to the region of Nuh were taken to Rajasthan and were burned in their vehicles on the suspicion of them being cow vigilantes. Since then, the police had carried out a massive investigation into this entire matter. At that point, the police and the local administration were able to control the emotions of people and, in fact, assured the people that strictest of the action would be taken against the perpetrators of this crime. This morning, when the entire movement was happening, when the Shobha Yatra was being carried out by VHP and Bajrang Dal, one name was the reason why this entire incident broke out. That name of that person was Nuh Mewat. Now remember, in that incident that I was just talking about a few minutes back, the incident that happened in which 2 people were burned in a Bolero car in Rajasthan, the main accused, the main perpetrator of this crime was Nuh Mewat, and since then there has been very little to no action that has been taken against Nuh Mewat, and that is the reason why the locals of the Mewat region and especially the Nuh region were very, very angry because they said that since the administration has failed them absolutely and no action has been taken against them, the Shobha Yatra that was carried out today and in which Nuh Mewat was celebrated by them, this actually triggered the people, and hence this entire action took place, where stones were started to be pelted upon the Shobha Yatra that was taken out, and also in return there was several incidents of firing that has also happened. At least 3 police officials have already been injured. Several locals have been injured in this entire incident. The exact number is still not very, very clear, because yes, the incident has trickled out of hand. The situation has trickled out of hand absolutely, and that is the reason why the senior officials of the Haryana police has now called a peacekeeping meeting at 8 p.m. tonight, in which the senior members of the Muslim community as well as the senior members of the Hindu community will be taking part. Now, if you look at the demography of the Mewat region, it is heavily dominated by Muslims, and Muslims not of the top tier of the society, but yes, people who are of the lowest tier of the society. So yes, the biggest question that needs to be answered at this point in time: how did the local administration give a permission to VHP and to Bajrang Dal to carry out a Shobha Yatra from that region that is so communally sensitive? Why was not adequate police force deployed during this entire Shobha Yatra, so that any situation that trembles out of hand, that could be gotten back in control? These are the biggest questions that have still not been answered. The local police and the administration is still trying to douse the fire that has been aroused because of their irrational thinking and irrational decision making that we have seen. The visuals that you see on your screens right now, these visuals are from Nuh approximately half an hour ago, where it is being said that a temple was in fact surrounded by rioters, and inside the temple, senior leaders of the VHP along with senior journalists, TV journalists and photojournalists were also trapped in that temple without any police force or without any police protection. The police was trying to reach on the spot, and it was only hours after the incident had happened, the rioters had done a gherav of that temple. These police officials were able to reach that location and make sure that the situation is under control. But yes, till date, it has been more than 5 hours since the rioting had started, probably more than 6 to 7 hours since the rioting has started, and still the police has no answers whatsoever. Will the administration come out and answer as to why was the Shobha Yatra allowed? Why were there adequate security forces that were deployed on the ground? These are some of the questions that needs to be answered and which we will continue to ask out here at CNN News 18.